Hi guys, welcome to my channel Reflected Thoughts by Nana. So this is my first video for the channel. Those of you who already know about Reflected Thoughts, you know I have a blog where I write stuff. Yeah, whatever comes to mind, I just write about it. But I thought of putting up this channel because I felt there were certain things I can't really express in the blog. However, it's taken me this long to start the channel because I've been a bit scared. Yeah, I know it sounds funny, but having a blog is easy because I can hide behind my laptop and then write everything, express myself. But doing a video where people can actually see me is a bit scary. However, I've decided to give it a go. I mean, it's either now or never. So this is my first video and I'm super excited about it. I'll leave a link in the description box for my blog so that you can check it out and subscribe to it as well. The first video I'm doing today is basically a Q&A, and so I'm turning 30 in a couple of days, which is exciting, and I've been talking about it a lot, and I realize every time I talk about it with either friends, family, or even acquaintances, there are a couple of questions that always come up. And I've decided to do this video and then try and answer the questions as honestly as I can. Yeah. So basically that's it, a Q&A. The first question I got was what I think my biggest accomplishment or achievement has been so far. And for me, I think it's a difficult question. Well, not difficult, but kind of what's the word? Maybe confusing, because every achievement, in my opinion, is big. Because at that time when I accomplished whatever it is I accomplished, that was all I wanted. So at that point in time, it was big. However, for the purpose of this video, I think my biggest accomplishment would be my latest accomplishment. Most people won't consider that as an accomplishment, but I think it is for me because it's taken me a while to get to this point. I've kind of been running away from it, running in circles, and then finally I'm here. So that will be me getting into Bible school. Yeah, kind of. Even though I'm studying, it's a master's in religious studies. It's actually it also doubles, as a Bible school or something like that. But well, yeah, that's my biggest achievement so far because it's new for me, and I think it was a bit shocking for most people because looking at my background, everybody knew I was in law school. Getting my law degree, I wanted to become a lawyer. All I spoke about was law. Even though I knew about the call, a couple of people knew about it, but it was something I wasn't too comfortable talking about because I felt some people wouldn't really understand. People would misinterpret it, especially because my mom is a pastor too. So most people ask me, are you in it because your mom is a pastor? No, not because my mom is a pastor, but because I have the call and I have to do it. Yeah, so basically I think for now that's like my biggest accomplishment. The next question is what my biggest fear is. Wow. I think for me my biggest fear is the fear of being ordinary. The fact that I won't matter scares me. I think there's so much potential that God has placed in me that if I tap into it, I'll be able to do a lot more with my life. I'll be able to live a life that's bigger than just me, a life that would influence people. If just one person can say that, oh, maybe you said this, you did this, or I read your blog and I took something out of it and then it helped me and I was able to achieve this or accomplish this, that would be so amazing to hear. And the fear of that's not happening, or the thought of that not happening, I think is my biggest fear. The fear of being ordinary. I don't want to live on earth as just the pretty face that walked on earth. I want my life to matter. I want to live a life that is longer than my stay here on earth, that many years later when I'm gone, people can still, like talk about me and say something good I did. Yeah, that's it. The next question was if I have any regrets in life, or I think I've made any mistakes. Well, I don't like to think of things as regrets, or I don't want to dwell so much. I don't like dwelling so much on mistakes, because in as much as when they happen you don't like them or you think they shouldn't have happened, when I look back on my life, I wonder if I would be here or my life would be the same without the mistakes I've made. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I think some way, somehow, our mistakes contribute to what we end up becoming. But again, for the purpose of this video, I think what my biggest mistake or regrets is not trusting myself enough. I think in the past I've listened so much to people rather than listening to myself. I've always considered the opinions of others above mine, and sometimes I think I've made mistakes because of that, when all I should have done was just trust myself. But I didn't. I ended up trusting people more. But I'm learning. I'm growing now. I'm learning to trust myself more. So yeah, maybe my mistake will be then not trusting myself more. The fourth question is what I would tell my younger self. Interesting question, because I think I have so much to tell my younger self. The first thing I'll tell my younger self, well, I just spoke about it, is to trust yourself more. Know that aside God, you are the only constant thing in your life. I mean, people might leave you, but you can't leave yourself. You're stuck with you forever. So trust yourself more. Yeah, follow your guts and be a bit more daring. The next thing I'll tell myself is to be your biggest cheerleader. I think for me, again, most of the time I expect people to cheer me on. I expect people to, root for me. And sometimes when it doesn't happen, I get so disappointed and I'm down and I'm like, why are they not cheering me on? I expected my friends to, yeah. But what I've learned in the past couple of years or couple of months maybe is to cheer myself on. If at the end of the day I'm the only one who shows up to cheer myself on, that's perfectly fine with me. If people would cheer me on, yeah, that's a bonus. But I need to learn to constantly cheer myself on, even when no one else is cheering myself on. So yes, I'll tell my younger self that. I would also tell my younger self to celebrate your journey. Yeah. Most of the time, we wait for the big things to happen before we celebrate. We wait to accomplish the big thing we have set our eyes on, or the goals we've set for ourselves. But what we forget is every step towards that goal is an achievement in itself. And I think we don't celebrate that enough. Well, let me talk for myself. I think I don't celebrate that enough. And so I'll tell my younger self, celebrate the little things. Every step towards your big goal, learn to celebrate it. And yeah, it doesn't matter how insignificant or how trivial people think it is. You need to learn to celebrate it for yourself. Don't let people determine what is worth celebrating in your life. That is what I'll tell my younger self. I would also tell my younger self to quit waiting around for people. Quit waiting on people, because I think I've done that a lot. I've wasted time waiting on people to show up, making excuses for them, hoping they will do better, when what I should have done, or what I'll tell my younger self to do, is to celebrate those who have had the courage to show up, appreciate them, And for those who just can't show up for whatever reason it is, just let it go. Don't sit around waiting for people to show up. Whether we like it or not, there are some people that will never show up for us the way we want them to show up for us, and that should be perfectly fine. So I'll tell my younger self, appreciate those who show up for you, and then quit waiting around for those who don't to show up. What else would I tell my younger self? Well, maybe I'll tell my younger self to be a bit more daring. Don't be scared. Just don't be afraid to try new things. Be a bit more daring, and in a good way. Be adventurous and try new things. Don't be too scared, or don't put yourself in a box. Just express yourself more and find different ways in which you can express yourself. I think a final thing I would tell myself, or my younger self, is maybe I don't know how best to put it, whether to love more or to trust love more. Maybe like one of those things. Yeah. So what if you get heartbroken? You learn from it and you do better next time. I think most of the time we are too scared, especially of the unknown. So it kind of makes you rigid, and you have all these walls put up and all that. So yeah, maybe put down your walls a little. I think maybe basically that's what I'll tell my younger self. I can't think of anything else, but I'm so sure there's so many more things I would like to tell my younger self. The last question that I kept getting over and over and over and over again was, what's next? Honestly, I wish I knew. My life would be so much easier if I knew what's next, but I don't. And in the past couple of years, I've learned to just trust God. He knows the future. He knows what's ahead. I might have all my plans, but at the end of the day, it's what He wants that comes to pass anyways. So for me, what's next is trusting God. Yeah, I have my own plans, but trusting God is basically what's next for me. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, the day after. I don't know. I'm just trusting God and hoping that, things will turn out well. I know they will. I'm very confident about that. For me, I like to consider it as being on an unknown journey with a known guide. The one leading me is someone I know. God His plans for me are way better than what I have for myself. He won't lead me astray. So I don't need to stress myself thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow, whether I'm going to succeed or not. I'm trying not to be anxious about that and just trusting God. Yep. So basically, these are the questions I got, 5 questions, and then I hope I have answered them as honestly as possible. And so yeah, feel free to leave your comments, whatever questions you would like me to answer, suggestions, whatever it is, just feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I'll try as much as I can to answer them as honestly as possible. Anyways, don't forget to also subscribe to this channel, and I promise to put up videos as often as possible. Thank you very much, and hope to see you again. Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Reflected Thoughts by Nana. So this is my first video for the channel. Those of you who already know about Reflected Thoughts, I have a blog where I write stuff. Whatever comes to mind, I just write about it. But I thought of putting up this channel because I felt there were certain things I can't really express in the blog. However, it's taken me this long to start the channel.